Days of Our Lives spoilers, 4 events for 4 different stories a week from 20 to 25 of April, the baby swaps chaos, the triangle love, the battle for CEO position, custody of David. As all DOOL fans know that Xander and Eric were fighting at Xander and Sarah's wedding when Sarah went upstairs and took Mickey away without anyone noticing. When Xander and Eric's conflict stopped, they didn't see Sarah. Of course, both Brady and Kristen thought Sarah went upstairs to say goodbye to Mickey, but actually she had the plan to leave with Mickey before her wedding. All of them had no doubt because Sarah still agrees to hold the wedding with Xander. They finally learned that Sarah had taken Mickey with her on a Titan jet. We all know that Sarah was released the baby swap by Eric and Nicole. She knows that Xander Kyriakis and Victor Kyriakis cheated on her and they swapped her dead baby with Brady and Kristen's baby Rachel Isabella Black. She did not know her child died, so she nurtured and loved Mickey like her own daughter. The pain of knowing that her baby had died right after birth but she was unknown, and the pain of having to leave the child whom she had so lovingly nurtured over the time had sparked the flames of anger in her. She didn't want to be away from Mickey and she wanted to take revenge on Xander, so she had planned to escape without anyone knowing. At that time, while Brady Black, Kristen DeMera, Eric Brady and Nicole Walker were waiting for Sarah and Mickey's information, she was hiding in Paris with Mickey. According to their plan, Xander and Sarah were going on their honeymoon in Paris, so Xander had planned. This was the main clue for Xander to search for Sarah. He also had his own plan. In his mind, when he met Sarah, he will give and apologize, then persuade her to take Mickey with him to a place which no one could find. Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal that Xander had been beaten by Victor for revealing the secret of the baby swap before he went to Paris to find Sarah. The baby swap case and the departure of Sarah along with Mickey also have mixed views. Like Chad and Abigail, Chad sided with Kristen and Abigail sided with Sarah. Wait for more changes to the case. For Brady, he received the information that Victor was stabbed and taken to the hospital. He realized that Kristen didn't side him, Eric and Nicole. Perhaps Victor was stabbed by Kristen. On the preview of DOOL, we witnessed the scene that Kristen was holding a knife and talked to Victor with her angry words, and she blamed him for stealing her baby and causing her great suffering. Back to the battle to win the CEO position in DeMera Enterprises, Tony will support Chad against Gabby Hernandez, who was trying to win the CEO position. And Gabby was shocked when she met a man to be familiar with Stefan's face. But his name would be revealed as Jake. Gabby was bewildered about this strange resemblance. They were like twins or clone of each other. This was a chance for Chad to win the CEO position in DeMera Enterprises company. Back to the events related to Orpheus. Orpheus is Zoe and Evan's father, David Ridgway's grandfather. He was also called Milo Harp and a most brutal villain on DOOL. Marlena was kidnapped by him, so his recent visit to her house made her feel nervous and fear. Jack had to encourage and promise to protect her from him. Zoe sued for custody of David, claiming that she had the authority to raise David and that she was David's biological aunt. It was hard for Rafe when he had to deal with a talented but as cunning lawyer as her. Days of Our Lives spoilers revealed that Ben had a surprise meeting with Zoe. She was Ben's friend or involve another thing. Let's wait for them to know how about their relationship. As all DOOL fans know that Steve's decision was not the same as Kayla's. She knew that Steve refused her and signed the divorce form. He didn't even go to his sister's funeral. And then Kayla realized that Steve's actions but not like Steve. We all know that Steve was controlled by Stefano's mind, so all his actions were different for Steve himself. At that time Kayla was in pain with Steve's decision. In the midst of suffering and despair, Kayla met Justin. After Steve was saved out of Stefano's control, there was the triangle love of Kayla, Steve, and Justine. We all know that Kayla had to give out her last decision to choose Steve or Justin. But we all also know that Steve felt guilty, so he decided to let Kayla side Justin, and he always admired her and wanted her to be happy. Kayla was sad at Steve's decision. She thought that Steve decided himself without her ideas. Kayla was very angry and suffered. However, Kayla thought carefully and gave her the last decision with Justin. Meanwhile, Steve and Hope were side by side with their same experience. They shared all experiences they had when they were controlled by others. There will be many interesting and dramatic details from